All right. Star Enlightenment channel, of course. Getting into the video. Let me talk close to the camera so y'all can hear me. So look, so you can tell by the title of this video. This video gonna be about that there's different levels to the spiritual realm. Now it's kind of like how I broke down before with how there's different levels to dreams. You know what I'm saying? You got those real low vibrational dreams, are very high, um, heavy, dense dreams, like have a high level of density. AKA, those basically be like the dreams where like it's like you just still here. Like it's so normal. It's like you waking up, like are you walking around like in your wake life? You see what I'm saying? So you may be going to work or doing all the things you do now, and sometimes it even play out as more intense in here because you in the yin side of this realm. You in the spiritual side of this world, but this space in general is a very low vibrational space, um, a very dense. These waters down here are these are heavy currents. You see what I'm saying? Heavy waters down here, and you want to be able to escape to a lighter realm of reality, but this is a very low um heavy current. You see what I'm saying? And so when you dreaming and have those dreams, this is where a lot of nightmares come from. You can have nightmares at many different levels of dreams, but this is one of the main ones because a lot of people when they have nightmares, you be down here and then you be feeling heavy emotions, heavy current, heavy feelings. If you scared of something now, when you have it in a dream, when you vibrating that low dream, it be sometimes even more intense. It can overwhelm you. But and that's like that side of the dream. This actually the side of the dream of the spirit, because the dream and spirit world is kind of like what's that word? Like interconnected, intercorrelated, however you want to say that. It's another word for it though. I can't think of that name, but yeah, you get just what I'm saying. So let me get into it. So a lot of spirits that passed away, that died in the third dimension, aka thought died here on Earth, they be in situations where if they're very lost into the world, very either emotionally attached to the world or mentally attached to the world in some shape or form, or had a desire and they didn't want to let it go. They didn't have no imagination for something else, or they expand their spirits out broad enough to be able to go into a higher vessel or a bigger realm. Then they'll a lot of times they be floating around here. Especially the more attached they are, the more heavy they are. So they manifest being in a heavy density of this earth. Like I say, there's actually different levels to the dreams. You have lower densities of earth. This is like kind of like your wake life. It's like you waking up here, walking around, but you feeling everything you feel now, but it's kind of like more heavier. It's like you might have heavy emotions. You might have if you're scared of something you like, it's very impactful. If you're scared of a rabbit or a frog, you feel it a little bit more in that realm. That let you know this space. Even you being awake right now, touch yourself. You look around, feel yourself, feel everything. You already in a lowered realm with heavy current, heavy waters. But when you're in a dream, you in like the yin side of that, aka you behind the veil of earth. So you on the yin realm of earth, aka you on the other side of earth, beyond the veil side of earth. So you still here though, but you just here with no physical. You that's still a form of physicality when you're in a dream. You take this body, but it's a less dense, it's lighter. So you in a form of like you still in a heavy body, and your spirit like to be light and be able to float, like to be able to fly, like to be able to feel free, that it can rise to the occasion. Uh, you know what I'm saying? That it can rise, that it can emit its own light, and it can be free. A spirit likes to be free, believe it or not. Like shout out to the Sagittarius energy too, because your spirit also shout out to Pisces too, because that's internal freeness. But your spirit likes to be free. Your spirit likes to travel. Your spirit likes to do things. Your spirit likes to move. Your spirit likes to when you move, that's you having a certain level of temperament. And your spirit likes to be free. Your spirit will never like to be trapped into one shape or form. So, but when you having a dream or you die and be on the low density of earth, that's the most lowest realm. So right now you in the heaviest current of water. You is on earth, but you just in the physical body in the physical realm in the yang realm. So you don't believe it or not, but you feel certain ways that we feel because we in heavy currents. We feel heavy currents. We don't feel light emotions. We have access to light emotions, but for the most part, we feel heavy currents, heavy fear, heavy sadness, heavy emotions, heavy impactfulness, heavy sorrows, heavy worrying, heavy feeling like I don't want to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of weight in this density, even for everything to be heavy like this, to be to be rock hard into the ground, and for things to even have gravity that we call that. To be boom, to be heavy like that, that's already letting you know how this reality is vibrating in some shape or form, like you would call it. And so when a person die, you experience this in your dreams. Whenever you like either low vibration at the moment, or whenever like you got the world on your mind too much and it's heavy, condensing, or you emotionally attached to something here, that's heaviness too. When you end up having a dream, a lower vibrational dream of Earth, or you in a situation where you vibrating more heavy in general. You'll have a dream where you'll still be on Earth, but it be like everything be like heavy impactfulness, and we a lot of people experience this all the time. And it's like it's the best way to explain it. It's like it makes it feel real because you in the heavy realm, like how you heavy now. When you sleep and when you die, your spirit's supposed to be free and go off and be free and go into a lighter realm of reality, a lighter existence. Not be heavy like you was when you awake. That's why you in this physical body. Your spirit is not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be condensing it and trapping it like that in the dream world. That lets you know you got too much of this world on your mind and it's not allowing you to be free, and or you're vibrating too low and you're not what you would consider high, vibrating high enough or on a high enough frequency, aka having high out thoughts or further out thoughts and imaginations, creativity, and idea for something else besides Earth. Now, here's another one. So I broke that down. We all experience it. That's like the when I say heavy dense of Earth, that's like what we in now already. But we got a physical shell to protect us from certain currents. But when you on that other side, when you on the behind the veil side of Earth, aka you still here, you still here. That's why when y'all be sleeping, y'all be in that realm. Y'all just be floating around here though. That mean y'all vibrating low. Y'all vibrating on the lowest scale. That's why I said Earth is already heavy current. So you having dreams about it on the lowest level. That's why y'all get a lot of nightmares like that, and these be heavily impactfully emotional dreams and heavy impactful in general. And like I said, a lot of y'all be still floating around. Y'all ain't actually went off into a higher realm or the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension or whatever. You like still floating around here. So yeah, that's how that plays. So moving on, another one is I don't go to every single because there's many different spectrums of dreams, but another one is one that's still kind of correlated with Earth, but it's like a higher version of Earth, and I like look at it like these be like the dreams, like because everybody got different dreams. People might have more dreams than me. People might have more dreams than you. You might have more dreams than me in different areas. We all experience different realities from the images, the imagery, and the imagination that we emit as a spirit, and the actual spaces, frequencies, vibrations that we be on as a spirit that be let you know where we be at traveling in the astral realm and the type the light that we emit there, and the space that we be in, of course. But the second one, like I said, is like it'd be like a higher density version of Earth. So you still be on Earth, but things may play out less dense. It may not be as heavy. So there may be a sense of more brightness in that dream. Like I said, you still be on Earth now. You do still be on Earth, but it'd be like a brighter version of Earth, like a more lighter in reality. It don't feel as heavy, and sometimes to the point where it'll actually feel more dream-like. AKA, you may see it feel more fake, but it really just be more dream-like. It'd be a lighter in reality. You see what I'm saying? It's not as heavy. That's why it don't feel as real as certain dreams where you be on your carport and something went wrong and something that you're scared of chasing you, or you in familiar places in the dream, but it's heavy though. It's not lighter. It's heavy and something chasing you and it's putting you in lower natures to feel fear or wake up real quick out of that dream. Like, oh, f that, I don't want to go back to that dream. That when you have those negative dreams, that's how you know you're in the lowest vibration of Earth because you already in heavy current, but you in heavy current in the spiritual realm of Earth. So you on the spiritual realm of Earth, but in the heavy density. Now, like I said, the next one is the higher density of Earth, and that it can play out different ways, but for the most part, like I said, it usually is more brighter. It's more brightness in that dream. It's usually not as dark because usually when you floating around here, it'd be like mundane. And it'd be like darker dreams when it's the heavy density of it. But when you're on the higher density of Earth, like I'm speaking of now, it'd be like more brightness too. It's a little bit brighter. Things are more light, so it may seem more dreamlike. It may seem I don't want to say less tangible, but it's just more lighter in reality if you feel it. Just what I'm saying. Everything is not as heavy, condensed, and dark. It's more brighter and a lighter realm of reality. Sometimes you like you don't another. Oh, that's another one. That's another one though. When you be in this type of dream, you don't think it's heavy to the point where you might not even be thinking that much at all. You just going off of like state of being in resonation, but it be lighter. So we don't always have to play out as negative because you be in a state of being where you already vibrating a little bit lighter, a little bit less dense, not as heavy. So and on top of that, you don't be thinking as much in that dream. Like thoughts don't be as heavy in that dream. Like when you be in the lower version of Earth, a lot of times you have to like you always be in a dream. It's still subconscious. It's not like you consciously aware of everything unless you lucid dreaming. But even in the heavier dreams, it's more weight to your thoughts. It's more weight to your emotions and feelings. These things are more impactful. They feel more real, but they also feel more heavy. But when you be in this lighter realm of Earth, like I'm talking about, you still be probably floating around here, but you in a higher version of it. You in a lighter version of it. You in a brighter version of what you would consider as Earth. So it don't play out as heavy. And like I said, your thoughts are not as heavy either. So you might not even have as much. So you're not gonna be analyzing and thinking like you thinking when you in a here or when you in the heavy version of Earth. It play out more lighter. So you just going off of this resonation state of being. And since you in that realm, you usually be vibrating a little bit lighter and not as heavy. It can play out as a little bit more present. It could be either be mundane or more pleasant. I'm not saying you can't have negative dreams in this room, in this section, but it's still like it's just a lighter realm of reality. So a lot of times they don't even manifest like that all the time as negative or as a nightmare. It may be something else. Cause the mind that when you in a higher mind, you're not in the heavy current of Earth no more. You're not in the heavy dense waters like you are right now where you're awake. You in a little bit lighter, so you still relative. You still in this space to an extent, but you in a higher version of it, a lighter realm of reality of it. You more lighter, so you probably can float. A lot of times you might float a little bit in that dream, and it might not be looked at as weird to you per se because you might be in a situation where like I said, in this realm, you're not thinking with your mind the same way you think now, or when you think when you in like a nightmare or heavier realm reality of Earth that feel too real. It's less dense. It's less thought. So you might have just a few, but you might not even be aware of them because it be so subconscious and it be so light and dreamlike. It's nothing that you constantly thinking of to even look at it in a negative way. Where sometimes when you be in the heavy current part of Earth, aka the part that you at, you be floating around here dreaming. You're not even floating off deep into the spiritual realm. Deep when you be down here low and high density, these be the ones where like um what was I gonna say? Shit, I kind of forgot my thought. Hold on, to come to me. Hold on, one second. My fault, y'all. Brain fart type shit. Hold on. Oh yeah, there you go, there you go. So look, so when you be flowing down here, right? So say you down here in this heavy density, 9 out of 10, you ain't even flying in this realm. You can do things. This spirit does have attributes and ability, but you be so heavy and dense. You think you awoke. You think you wake like now. You got heavy thoughts, heavy feelings, and everything. And so a lot of times what happened is if so every now and then you might do something that causes you to float right when you down here in the heavy current of your dream on Earth, the heavy version of Earth. But here's the thing, depending on how you spiritually vibrate in the general can dictate how you look at it. But for the most part, to the average person, a lot of times most people, even if you're not aware of it, you might be in a situation where when you're in the heavy part of Earth and you float or you do something like that, um, it's looked at as scary, like oh shit, like I'm floating, and you'll start to freak out and wake up. Or even if it doesn't have to deal with fear all the time, it'll shock you and make you wake up because you're like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? And then you start admitting those thoughts. And then remember, the thoughts you admit when you're on that side of the realm is a little bit more heavier. So it plays out as more like negative and easier for you to have a nightmare, easier for you to think of or have something negative go in your favor in that dream because you really don't want to go to that shit. You really don't want to die with that on you. You want to be lighter because you don't want to go to that realm of Earth. Um, you want to be able to go off into the higher realm in general, but you definitely don't want to be in the heaviest current of Earth. I'm gonna tell you that because that's where most of the uh, nightmares and shit come from. But don't get it twisted. You could be vibrating low and be on a high frequency too. AKA, you can have other thoughts of other stuff and still be vibrating low and go into other negative realm realities and have nightmares too. Don't get it effed up. I'm just giving an example of you still in the heavy current when you hear period. All that is still a heavy current, no matter what you emitting and where you at spiritually in the astral realm. If you in the heavy current, if you vibrating low, you see what I'm saying? Um, understand that. But getting back into it, because this some real spiritual adept stuff I'm telling you. And this ain't cap. This coming straight from the spirit. I ain't even making none of this shit up. This real shit. This real shit that I know a lot of y'all, when you talk about dreams, dreams go deep. That is a part of the spiritual realm, or at least the astral realm to say, because there's different levels of it. But they go deep, and a lot of y'all don't experience this. So I'm giving out real game right now. Real adepts, older spiritual knowledge, real shit. But anyway, yeah. So that's how it plays out. And like I said, going back, like I said, to the higher realm of Earth, that's how that play out a lot of times, right? So when you're higher version of Earth, it just means you vibrating high, but you still in this space, but you vibrating real high in this space. Are you on a high frequency in this space? So you're not as heavy. I'm gonna get to your question, Miss Commissioner. So you're not as heavy. So it, like I said, I'm gonna go through one more time. It may play out as brighter, more lighter, less dense. So it may be more light of a realm of reality. Everything is not heavy. You may float, and you might fly, you might float, you might do switch scenes, you might do this, go through this wall. But since you, even though you still floating in this space, You're not as heavy and dense and low in the heavy current of Earth though. So a lot of times, since your mind is a lot of more lighter, aka it's not heavy with a lot of thoughts and feelings, and that those thoughts and feelings itself aren't heavy, let alone it puts you in a situation where a lot of times you don't even constantly be looking at these dreams like these are negative or this is weird. This is like I'm telling you, when you be in these type of minds in these dreams, it don't even come out as negative. It's more natural to your spirit because you already in a lighter state of mind. You're not even heavily thinking or emotionally feeling in this realm or having that many thoughts and feelings in the first place. You're naturally going off a state of being in resonation. So even though it's still subconscious, it's still an awareness. It's not. It's lighter. So it's not look. You're not looking at it like, oh, like if you was awake down here in this heavy current, or if you're in the heavy current of Earth when you're in the dream realm or whatever like that, or dead, and you like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, cause it's going, you gonna look at it like, oh, that's not normal. Cause when you right now you woke right, it's not normal if you see a nigga flying right. Okay, then that's my point, right? But when you in a higher higher version of Earth, a higher realm of Earth, you still here, but you just in a higher version of it, lighter version of it. You're not as low and condensed down here. You still in this space, but you're not as low in the heavy current of it. So it plays out as, like I said, being lighter. You might be floating, flying, or things. In other words, the best way to say this, things may play out supernatural in that realm, but it's not looked at as negative or something that'll fear you or shock you as much because you're already in a lighter realm of reality where these things are more normal spiritually in the first place, and you're not heavy thinking and feeling. Um, in general, let alone those thoughts you are having and feelings you are having aren't heavy, so it don't play out as negative. I'm telling you, it can be like that, bro. But and then I'm gonna say this last part while we talk about low. I'm gonna go back to the low density. Don't like I said, don't get it twisted. You can if you vibrating real low, even if you're not per se on Earth, like or having a dream that's like your regular wake life. Although 9 times out of 10 they do play out like that though when you be on Earth. But sometimes you do have those dreams where you feel like you're not on Earth, or you know you're not on Earth, but they still be heavy vibrational, and you could have a possibility of nightmare there. For me, it don't that don't happen as much. That's like once. That's like once. One or twice I can really remember like that. But I know that's a possibility, and a lot of people do probably have dreams where they not on Earth, but they be in another space, but it's still low vibrational. See, that's the thing. If you still in low vibrational space, you still in a low vibrational space. You see what I'm saying? So even if somehow, some way, Earth is not on your mind, it may still play out as a negative dream if you in a low vibrational space. These be like those dark dreams, those dreams that come off more dark. They're still low vibrational, even if you're not familiar with where you at as far as Earth, your regular wake life. You still know you in a darker place, a heavier vibrational place, and you still in a heavy current. You in the realm with still heavy current, and that's not really what you want to do. So it's important, like, to do things that can raise your frequency a lot and raise your vibration, not be so heavy all the time. Let me read some of your comments before I get to the next level, okay? So you said, Mr. Michelle, yo, I had a dream where I went to the school. Shout out to here's Peter. Yes, sir. Shout out Peter, man. Peter Griffin, man. Good to see you, my main man. Yes, sir. Peter Griffin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right now. I'm just playing. Let me get into it though. But shout out Peter Griffin for real though. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Make sure I see. I got a question. You experience certain dreams. Like a part of the spirit. Yeah, to an extent, yeah. You say when you experience dreams, another part of your body experiencing a different body. Yeah, somewhat, yeah. You know, like I said, it's all how you look at it. But yeah, yeah, technically, yeah. Um, yeah, absolutely. And you said and what you think about organic AI? Organic AI is where they take a real brain and make it an AI machine. I mean, like I said, they creating these things, but you know, I can't get too deep because I don't know how they make everything. But I know what I sorry, I'm showing my dog. But from what I do know is what was I gonna say? They study and mimic the human brain, and they create things from it because everything they make pretty much is mimicking real life. Even like when you look at the airplane and the bird, they mimicking the bird. They mimic the science of a bird. They mimic the neurons of a bird, how everything works, how everything's functions to take flight and have aviation. When you think of a car, that's why they call it horsepower. Because before we had cars, you had horses pulling things on wheels, and then they end up, you know what I'm saying? So like they always using a form of real life to mimic something. Even with the like I say, with the radio station and our thoughts, that's mimicking humans more so. Um, the TV, how you switch channels and all that stuff like that, like all that is like they everything is a mimic of real life. So yeah, absolutely. Not yep. Yep, they take a now they'll take somebody's real brain, study it, and then make an AI machine that's supposed to be like that brain so it can think. They getting real in depth with it. And he said, "Oh yeah, by the way, in the gym, I was playing basketball and was new to the school. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, these dreams get deep for sure. You said see a nigga flying like Superman. Yeah, facts. You see what I'm saying? Because if you seen that, y'all probably freak out. I'd be like, what the hell? You'll get scared of it. One, you'll be freaked out. Then two, you'll be scared of it because you'd be like, if this thing can do this, I don't want no parts of it because you gonna think it can't be human if you see it do that. So, that's a whole thing too. I'm gonna get back in the video. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. All right, all right, all right. Now, getting back to the video, let's finish off. Now, here's the dreams where you are vibrating higher or on a higher frequency and you actually go into the fourth or sixth dimension or you go into a higher realm of reality. These play out different ways. Now, there is sometimes you can have dreams where you on Earth but things play out so differently. And like I said, it'd be a lighter realm of reality. You'd be vibrating higher. It's not as heavy. It's lighter, and things are different. So it'd be like you still be on Earth, but things be different. Like the color might be different, right? Like the skies may be different. The colors might be different. Either you will know you still because it's still like you may see houses, trees, but the colors may be different. The frequency of it may be different. It may be lighter. You may be flying and floating. It may be normal. You see what I'm saying? Like these be dreams where you technically are in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension. You just painting it a little bit to look like what you're familiar with, but you're still in that realm. That's why the light is hitting a certain type of way for you to look at it is different, because the light and energy and color of something is then you know the energy being emitted. So if it's a little bit different, then you know okay you in a different space right now. You just putting out emitting that image from what you're familiar with, which is Earth, like in your wake life. But these dreams be a lot more lighter sometimes. You see what I'm saying? And they play out like that. And don't get it twisted. Sometimes you can even have a dream where you actually are in the fourth or sixth dimension, and it be in. Actually, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never had a dream where that didn't have nothing to do with Earth at all and was negative. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I never had a dream that didn't have nothing to do with Earth and was negative. Now I've had a dream where I know for a fact I was in a higher realm of reality because it was normal to fly. We all had superpowers. We all was doing supernatural stuff. So I knew I wasn't necessarily in the lowest level of this realm per se. Um, but there was still slightly representation of Earth, like with like familiarity, like you know what I'm saying. But I've never had a dream that was totally not like Earth at all, and it been low vibrational. To be honest with you, that's why I say even when you talk about Earth, you can have a hundred different type of dreams while you're on Earth, depending on how you vibrating. You can be on a higher frequency of Earth, but be vibrating low. That's like meaning like you got higher out thoughts. Your thoughts are higher. Your thoughts are more spread out about Earth. So you might be in a situation where you may be flying, but you vibrating low. So it may be negative. You may be flying from something, flying from a dragon, or flying from a being or a beast that's stronger than you. See what I'm saying? So it plays on different spectrums, bro. I don't want nobody to think like right or wrong or up and down or this and that is bad. It can play out in any different situations. But me personally, I've never had a dream where I was fully submerged in the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, aka seeing beings that don't look nothing like humans, seeing beings that don't look nothing like this earth realm. So clearly these other species of beings or whatever you want to call it, whatever I'm emitting. And then being in another space that don't look nothing like earth with these homes, houses, building structures, the greenery, like, and they be totally different, a whole different spectrum. Anytime I had a dream like that, it wasn't really negative. And I've seen beings, and I'm like, this is still, in my inner world, my internal. But I've been in that realm and seen certain beings that were different, that looked different. That clearly, if I was in your awake life, you would be scared to death. But it didn't even scare me in that dream because I was in a lighter realm of reality. Kind of like shout out to subconscious community because Mr. Omisho know if he's still in here. That's like when we be having dreams. That's like when we be having dreams. Um, what was I gonna say? Where you're not in this realm. You talking to other type of species. You're around other species and beings that don't look like this realm. And the spectrum, the color spectrum, everything is different. You clearly not in this realm. You're in a whole other world. And but even though, and if you was awake and you seen these type of beings, it would freak you out. Or if you was in one of those low vibrational earth dreams, like I said, kind of like those wake life, like the ones where you be so lost into the world for some reason, you have a dream like that's realistic, like you think you still awake type dream, like it don't be nothing different. And that heavy current of earth, I said, if you was to see one of those beings in that type of dream, in the heavy current dream when you're on earth, it would freak you out to death. You'd be like, oh shit, we're like, what the fuck? Oh, you'd be like, oh, what the hell? Or like you'll see something and probably run from it and be freaked out. And that's also the reason why when you be, you know those dreams where you be vibrating real slow, like you can't run, like you run real slow, you can't even throw a punch. This is what I mean when I say heavy current. You in a heavy current. Think about it. The lower you go in the water, the heavier it get, the harder it is to move. The higher you get to the current, now don't get it. The higher you get to the current, that current is moving you. The waves are moving you a little bit, but you still able to move a little bit more like you would want to. Then think of you at the bottom of a damn 20, 30 feet pool. You at the bottom of the ocean. You at the bottom of the barrel or something. You're gonna be harder to move. Everything's gonna be a little more slower because you in a lower current. You in a heavier, denser current with all this weight on top of you. And emotions and feelings is water. So if you with heavy current, the bottom of something, that's letting you know, okay, you in a situation where you got, it's gonna be heavier emotions here, heavier feelings here. You're gonna be emotionally impacted heavier here. When you be in fear or something and you in that realm, it's gonna be a little bit heavier. It's gonna be more impactful. That's what I mean by that. And like I said, that's why things move more slower. You can't run like this. You can't do this. But when you vibrate a little bit higher, and you on a higher frequency, and you go into a dream that's a little bit more brighter, more lighter, it may not play out like that. You see what I'm saying? But that's how that plays out. But yeah, like I've been in dreams where it didn't have nothing to do with these. Any dream I had that 9 times, I'm trying to think now, so I don't misspeak. But any dream I can think of right now that didn't have nothing to do with Earth, none of that greenery, none of that type of stuff at all. Different beings, different species, wasn't humanoid, but it was normal. It wasn't looked at as feared. It was still a lighter realm of reality. It didn't. There was no fear. There was no fear. It was nothing to fear. It be beings that it was certain beings that you looked at now, you might feel a certain type of way about them, but it wasn't no fear attached to it. There was no way to fear. There wasn't fear. Fear wasn't there. I want to say fear didn't exist in that realm, but it's like at least for me, it didn't fear it wasn't there. It wasn't a thing. It wasn't like you seen these things and had a reason to fear anything. Even probably if it was trying to come to get you, but it wasn't even like that. Like it was. It's hard to explain because once you talk about higher dimension, it'd be hard to kind of explain it. But that's why I tell Miss Commissioner, it's kind of like, remember, like we know, so we listen to subconscious community a little bit, and it's like when they be saying stuff like, we be thinking about what it's gonna be like when you get to this realm, we get to this fourth dimension, this fifth dimension, this higher realm, this realm, and we think it's gonna be like, oh, that's gonna be some ish up there, yeah. But at the same time, it's like you're not gonna be looking at it like if you had a brain down here, bringing it up there. It's gonna be like normal to you. You go into one of those vessels, it be normal to you. It don't be nothing to you. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like that. Um, but that's what I realized. And then you obviously in a different body, but it's playing out. Everything is normal in that realm. It ain't nothing new. That's how life is. And it's if you're like a real third dimensional person, and it's the only realm you ever been to, you never ascended, you never even traveled out. No matter what dimension you was on, you only stayed on Earth. You'll never understand no shit like that. Sometimes I be feeling bad for Earth people. I used to feel bad because I was like, honestly, I'm a star seed, and I was like, it's a lot of beautiful things down here. It's a lot of life experience that you want to experience. And I used to be sad because I know me being a star seed, it's gonna be harder for you to get your one too. You're gonna be looked at as the black sheep. You're not gonna be experiencing the same way another person is. And then the more spiritual you get, the more broader your spirit get. You really won't be experiencing a lot of the world anyway, even if you try, because that's just the field and paradigm that you be in. Things work spiritually. You know what I'm saying? But so you gonna manifest more times being alone or feeling like you're unfulfilled or something. So I used to be jealous, but then I started realizing like, damn, I don't know what the fuck kind of to be jealous about. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, a lot of beautiful things out here. Women beautiful, life is beautiful. A lot of beautiful places and countries I still want to travel to in my life. A lot of things like that. But at the same time, it's like people be so lost here. It's like I understand if you was lost to the world, but you still knew a couple things. You was aware of your spirit. You was aware of what's going on. But it's like, damn, I'd rather be like this than to be lost as y'all is, because y'all gonna die and repeat the same shit. Yeah, y'all might enjoy y'all pleasures now, but a lot of y'all gonna die and repeat the same shit. And then even if you do because your spirit come broad enough, and you become a celebrity here because you from this space, and on your serial number and your security code, the government know that you from here. They know that you don't have an outer moon, aka you not a star seed, because you don't have a fixed star. Then they still gonna be in a situation where it's like, um, you're gonna eventually get tired of that. Think about it, bro. It's only so many experiences you can experience in the world, no matter what you think. Think about it. If you say you from here, right? Cause see, I'm a star seed. I'm not from this particular realm, but um, think about it. If you was say you not a star seed, right? You from this space and location of Earth. So your spirit was born in this space. So this make you feel comfortable. This is home for you, right? This does make you feel comfortable. This is your home. You don't want to see nothing different. You don't live many different lives. You don't made from the smallest levels to the one, two dimension. You done made to the third dimension. Have been animals, different bugs. You done with the different species that you resonated with specifically, right? You made it to a human. You had your ups and downs, cool, cool, cool. But you was from here, so a lot of times you found support. Your ancestors are in this realm too, so you always feel like you spiritually taken care of. Be good. You have fun. You experience. It gets to a point though, you gonna continue to live so many lives. You gonna get first. It's gonna get better and better because wherever you go, you gonna be able to do more. You do. How you think you got Masonic families now? They all from this realm, but they know how to keep up with their lineage. And this where serial numbers and security codes. What does it call it? Social security is coming to play so that they can track you and know spiritually where you from. But that's a different video. But because that's really deep. But um, like I said, you from here, you might live enough lifetimes where in this lifetime as a human, you may be a celebrity. Your spirit done broadened so much. You not only know how to get your one two, you know how to become and be somebody of importance down here. So you end up being a heavy influencer, either a celebrity or just an influencer in general. You got your one two, you somebody that people know, right? Eventually, you gonna keep coming back and living that same life. You can get tired of that. Cause remember, anything the spirit don't like to be trapped. So anything you continue to do forever, you're gonna eventually get tired of it. You're gonna be like, you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna be like, man, I'm tired of being on this celebration. I'm tired of being doing all this shit. You're gonna be like, man, I want to experience something new. You're just gonna keep experiencing the same shit till you feel like you realize like, damn, I want to experience something new. So you probably whether you end up going to a whole other different memory reality in space and location in the world in general, or you end up 9 to 10 since you're from here, this is still what you feel comfortable with. You just might end up ascending to a higher realm of this realm. So you still be in this realm, but you ascend to a higher version of it, a more less dense version of it. Which kudos to you. Good for you. That's how it should be. Cause that's what you resonate. And that's what you feel comfortable with. You don't gotta leave your home. You choose to do these things by your own will. But that's how that play out. You see what I'm saying? And that's an important thing to know. Give me 1 second. And that's an important thing to know. But anything you constantly do in a routine and pattern forever and ever, you're gonna eventually get tired of it. I don't care what it is. This is why even if it's your favorite food in the world, I don't care if it's mouth watering to you. The best thing ever. If you continuously overdo it and you keep doing it, eventually it ain't gonna hit the same no more. And then eventually you're gonna start to not want it. And then eventually you'll even start getting sick of it if you just keep eating it. See how that go? At first it was good. It was the best thing ever. Then it's like, oh, it's still good, but don't hit the same. Then after a while, it's like mundane. Then after a while, you start to get tired of it. Then after you get tired of it, you start to get actually sick of it. You start getting sick, be like, man, I don't even want to eat this shit no more. You see what I'm saying? And that's how it is with anything you do over in moderation, or AKA just keep constantly doing. Now this don't mean that you can't, like, you can have a wife, right? And say you ever heard whatever. I'm using it for a reason. This is a good example. And like I'm not saying that you can't have one thing and be content with that one thing. You just have to learn to have moderation with it. If you overdo anything, you will get tired of it. I don't care what people think about marriage. Like if you overdo something and there's no balance in that marriage, there's no sense of switching it up. That's why the homeboy in the subconscious communities always tell us whenever you're in a relationship, it's important to switch it up. You need two things to keep. They used to say these main two things are one of the biggest ones. You gotta have a sense of space. That's moderation. That's you having the same thing, but you got moderation. That's like you having pizza, but you're not eating pizza every day. You're not overdoing it every single day. Moderation in all areas of your life, with your relationship or your marriage. And then two is switching up every now and then. So y'all might have did. I'm not trying to get explicit. I'm not, but y'all may do this position. Y'all may do that position. Y'all may do this. Y'all may do that. Y'all may go kinky and do this. Y'all may do this position, do that. Or not even sexual. Y'all might just switch up in general. Y'all might start taking different trips in different places. Y'all might start trying new things. Y'all might start expanding activities that y'all do together beyond sex or beyond anything in general. Just switch up routines that y'all do every day and patterns throughout your actual schedules and daily routines in general. Y'all just switch up different things that y'all into in your own life. And adding new stuff and then deducting and doing different things. You might do this now, you don't have to throw it in forever, but then you might do that later on and worry about this now. You see what I'm saying? If you don't have that energy of switch and change, it's gonna be harder for the relationship to actually grow. Or you just are one of y'all, one or both of y'all gonna be in hell while y'all in. I guarantee you that. It's the reason why 75 to 80% of marriages fail. Whatever that botch number is. I'm not even saying that's 100% true, but do need to understand that because it could be more. But getting back into it, right? Because I'm gonna start answering y'all questions again. That's how it is. So anything you do, you want to do in moderation and have a certain a balance to it. That's why I always say it's important to expand those spirit to have creativity for something else. But like I said, that's how that play out. And so, like I said, I'm gonna go back to the fourth, fifth, sixth dimension, fully going into that to the higher realm of spirit realm. When you wake, a lot of times this can play out as like I said before. Anytime I've ever had a dream that didn't have nothing to do with Earth at all, I never had a, I can't remember me ever having a bad dream that didn't have nothing to do with Earth. Where it didn't have nothing to do with Earth at all, I can't think of me ever having a bad dream. Um, at least while I was in the lighter realm of reality, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, you can be in a realm that don't have to deal with Earth, but it'd be low vibrational and heavy current, just like Earth. So even though you're not on Earth, you be in another space that's vibrating low too, and it can play out as nightmares for sure. I haven't even had that many of those, but I've had like one or so, but not even that much of them. I ain't trying to jinx them. I haven't really like that many, or at least they play out differently. But and the only ones I'd be having because I'd be in this realm. If it don't got nothing to do with being chased, the only nightmare I'd be having is because of this realm. Though I've been trying to tell people that for a minute. I've been trying to tell different people. I noticed, bro, I don't even have that many nightmares. If you're not on Earth and having a dream about Earth, you're not really having nightmares like that. At least for me, I can't speak on all y'all and y'all travels, cause y'all don't different people don't travel different places spiritually. So I can't speak on everybody. But for me, I don't have no negative dream unless I'm either on Earth or I'm vibrating real low. That's the only way, and mainly really Earth. I say 95% of the time it's Earth. Trust me, that's for me though. But yeah, it was something else I was gonna say, but let's go into some other examples of when you do dream, you go into like a higher reality. Or damn, I broke down with me with the nothing looking like Earth and all that, like a totally different world, and how I never had a bad dream in one of those that I can remember. But also, they can play out differently. Sometimes, like I said, you can have a dream where it's like a remnants of Earth. I already broke this down, but it'd be like a remnants of Earth. It'd be like slightly similar. It don't really be like you know you in a higher density because the state of being that you be in is different. You know you in another space and location in the astral realm and the spiritual realm, but you may see certain similarities, like maybe like a mountain or like a certain ground or earth's material that you be hovering over or something like that. But the color spectrum, it be less dense. It be a lighter realm in reality. It don't be as heavy. So I be like flying. You be flying in those realms. You be flying and over this, and it's not heavy at all. Again, you don't have many like thought in that realm. You have less thought. It don't be as much thought, and the thoughts don't be heavy. You don't really have that much most of the feelings, but the most of the feelings be heavy. I F with those realms, but I be trying to reach those all the time again. Cause I'm learning a lot about it, but and then you also have those dreams too, where they'll call it not REM sleep, but it's like non REM sleep, and these be the dreams where you go where it be like you don't remember, it be like all black, it be like all black, um, and this be a lot of times some of the most restorative sleep you can get, and a lot of times when you be in these realms, in these dreams, these be the dreams where a lot of times you actually it depends, it can differ, but a lot of times it could be two things. It could either be one, you wore out your mental body so it's fully rested, and you wore out your mental and emotional body so they fully rested, so you're not in a state of no thinking, no thought and feeling. A lot of people equate this to like being back in the spirit, aka that's the unconscious realm, being because you at peace, your true state of being with no thought and feeling, which it is. And then another way, it's really the same thing, but another way to look at it is like you also could be in a dream where sometimes you do be somewhere, you do be in this place, but you might not been in one place but one place for too long to remember that dream. So it play out as you be like, oh, I ain't have a dream, but really you was, but you might not been in that in one space in the astral room for long enough to develop a certain memory to come back and wake up and be like, oh, I had this particular type of dream. And then sometimes this the same one as the first one. This is different way to look at it. Sometimes when you have those dreams where it don't be no imagination or dream emitted or emotional feeling emitted, like I said, you be in the higher realm reality that it's still substance to it, but you don't have the brain or the mental concept to actually perceive it for it to look like something that you can actually come back and convey to others. So it plays out as darkness, because remember, darkness is nothing but just the accumulation of all colors. So it's light. You just don't have the brain and mental capacity to see it out in that world because you're not born out in that world, or have the higher level enough consciousness to understand that world. This is why, like, when people meditate or raise their chakras, they call it chakras. They start opening up higher bodies. They start having more higher imaginations a lot of times. That they be able to see more of realm, because there's a lot of realm realities out here, bro. That's why I say imagination is one of the most potent, one of the most without any drug. I'm gonna be honest. Imagination the closest to psychedelics you can get, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that in truth, and I'm not even talking about just sitting back and imagining all the time. I am talking about that, but I'm saying that's just the internal part of it. Another part of it is also physical too. Creativity, art, adding your own art. When you do artistic art, you can create a universe with that, because you're using your true access to your spiritual strength, which is to create, emit light, the form of fire, the first element that was here in this realm before any of the other ones came, because they all got condensed out of it in the first place. That's why if you start seeing stuff, you have an emotional feeling about it. I'm not saying you can't emotion on your own, but like if you went to a place right now and you seen it, you're feeling the vibe of that place too. But sometimes depending on what you see, you get a certain feel from it. Stay right now where you're at home now. Put on whatever big flat 4K screen you got. Go on YouTube right now. Put it on the main screen and type in Paris or London, or type in Shanghai, China, or type in what's that one place I like, Santorini, Greece, and do like 4K walkthroughs to the point where it's like your mind will be there, but you're not actually there, but you looking and seeing it. You developing awareness of these things because you seeing it for the first time if you haven't seen it before, and I guarantee you start having a certain feeling about it. So it's the same concept like that, but I'm gonna get out of here. But I'm gonna answer our questions first. But that's kind of how it play out. So the spirit realm can play out in many different ways, but the worst dreams to have is the low vibrational ones, because those be the ones you be in heavy currents. You see what I'm saying? You want to be in the lighter realm realities where you not even in the type of mind to think heavy at all. Like you're not thinking heavy, you're not emotionalizing a lot, and your thoughts and emotions and feelings are not heavy in that realm in the first place. You see what I'm saying? And it be lighter, so you may be floating or flying, and that be a normal thing. You're not even looking at it no type of way because you're not overthinking the situation in the first place. Because these be dreams where you be like, I don't relate like these words peace, but like you be more at a peaceful state than you do when you be in heavy dreams. I hate those heavy vibrational dreams. Them be the worst ones. Them be the ones where it be dark a lot of times, or just the spectrum is different. Um, and it be like you woke here, and like you may still see your ugly ass boss or some shit, or emanate a imagery of your the wiggly wake life, or whatever work you gotta go to, or your negative nasty family you got. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to fuck with that, but yeah. Now imagine somebody die and they go to that realm. Come on, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I mean, you ain't gonna do no but reincarnate anyway. But since you was vibrating low, you probably gonna manifest the hell. Probably person, if they coming back here, they probably manifest the hell. So that's why I say for that. And if you a star seed, like my boy Mr. Mistro, if you a star seed, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's not that you can't come back here, but it ain't something you really want to do. 9 out of 10, you don't want to fuck with this place anyway. If you a star seed, but even if you do come back, you don't want to do that shit. But it ain't nothing wrong if you want to, but you wanna either go back to where you from or expand and go off to other worlds, like you say, because spirit seeing something new for the first time. That's a 7th and 9th dimension energy. Yeah, that's a piece of God right there. You know what I'm saying? Being free to explore and travel like the spirit, like travel. You see what I'm saying? And cause like just like Uriel used to always say, which I believe it to this day. He say, don't be scared to experience this new realm of reality. Don't be scared to go to a whole other verse, because at the end of the day, you never know what you like until you try it. You may think, oh man, my favorite banana, but my favorite pudding is strawberry pudding or something, right? You might be like, oh, my favorite pudding is strawberry pudding. That's strawberry pudding busting, right? It's busting. It's creamy, it's hitting every time. It's always at the spot. You know what I'm saying? You like, oh man, this my go-to. I don't want to switch it up. This my go-to. Think about it. It's the same way with Earth. It's like, man, this my go-to. I don't want to switch it up, man. It's just like with Earth. Oh, the woman bad, this, that, it's beautiful. The sun bright, this and that. Everything beautiful, beautiful land masses, different cities, people, a lot to do, the internet, all this stuff. And you don't need to get attached to nothing. But that's, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we'll do it. Just like with your favorite strawberry pudding, you hitting it every time. You're like, man, well, why would I switch it up? I don't want to try a different dessert. They're gonna be like, man, stop trying to tell me to try a different dessert. I'm content with the dessert I got. I don't want to try nothing else. I like this one, and they don't want to expand nothing else. But you don't know, homeboy trying to tell you, man, try that banana pudding with the vanilla wafers on top. That might be the best pudding you ever had in your life, in your whole existence. And that's very true to what homeboy was saying, because it's just like that. You be eating the strawberry pudding, it's hitting all the time. Got the strawberries on top and everything. Sometimes they add a little whipped cream to it, and everything is creamy. It's like it's hitting. But little do you know, boy, that banana pudding, oh my God. As soon as you took a bite of that, man, you ain't stopped getting that banana pudding scent. And that's how it is. You don't want to get attached to none of these things. Because I'm using it in its symbology for earth. You don't ever get attached to nothing, even in other words you do go into. Because spirits, same way, get lost here forever. Spirits get lost in higher realms and other realm realities as well forever too. But the spirit likes to do change. It likes to experience other things too, and you never know what you'll actually like, what you'll actually feel comfortable with unless you try it. Anything you constantly do is gonna eventually you're gonna want to spend something else because that's how your spirit is. You're gonna eventually get tired of it. But I look at it like this: if you're a starseed, 9 times out of 10, you ain't effing with this from a reality in the first place, and you probably looked at it as a black sheep anyway. So why the hell would I want to stay in a place where I'm already the black sheep at that I don't f with and stay here for long periods of time when I could go somewhere else that I actually do fuck with, and I still know not to get lost. But hell, even if I do, it still resonate more with me, and I resonate more with it. So I'm still at more prosperity of a heaven, a more percentage level of a heaven, like they would say. You see what I'm saying? And I can actually kind of enjoy myself. And I bitch get tired of that too. But goddamn, at least I enjoyed my experience. Why the hell would I come to a place that don't even resonate with me, that I don't even resonate with, around people that I don't buck with, in many different in many different ways, and we don't even have the same mind. I got a different mind. Everything I think go against the grain of this being that we in. Everything I think going against the grain of this world that we in, this space that we in. You could tell that by the goddamn people I'm around every damn day. Everybody got different brains. Everybody think different. Everybody lost in this. Everybody thinking this way, thinking that way. Why the hell would I want to come to a world like that? So I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm wrong if I did want to stay in this realm because it's our resonation. You might take a Casanat, a Drake. I mean, I'm doing extreme versions of celebrities right now, so these are probably broader spirits that done already lived this realm of reality for a certain period of time to even manifest being a celebrity with the social security number that they got and the attraction they was able to build no matter whatever the situation was. But at the same time, that's be for anybody. Anybody, your homeboy, you may know a homeboy that he of the world, but he live more prosperity. You never know some nigga mind, but he might live more bliss and more prosperity than maybe say everybody else. So he don't see no reason to be like, man, I want to take my own life, but why would I think of anything other than Earth? He on bliss Earth. He getting all this cootie. He getting all this money. He getting all this. He doing this all this stuff. He probably straight. He don't gotta worry. He probably gotta work not hard at all to achieve his desires or whatever he trying to achieve in life. Another person gotta work 5, 6 jobs. They in hell. They tired of their job. They ready to risk it all because they're in a situation that they not enjoying their life. You see what I'm saying? So everybody's situation is different. And if you want a positive spectrum of Earth, I never tell you to leave because nigga, you probably from here. You not a star seed. 9 out of 10, you from here. You see what I'm saying? Because this is what's comfortable with you. Especially if you don't want to leave. Especially if you don't want to leave. Because if people F with you that heavy, that means the being that you inside 9 times out of 10 F with you heavy to get all that attraction. That means you like minded. You from that space. For you to be a celebrated blood cell, you from that space, bro. Period. That's how that play out. That's what all celebrity is. Like what they say, celebrated blood cell. I love when you ever bring that like celebrated blood cell. That's so true. You a celebrated blood cell. You just a blood cell. You still a blood cell, but you just a blood cell that's a little bit more expanded than some of the others. And you carry out its duties and obligations. But moving on, that's how that play out. You know what I'm saying? In the different realms and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's many different James, many different realities. You know what I'm saying? Earth is just one little particle of sand amongst many. You don't understand? I'll never let nobody lie to you and say that this is the only realm, bro. They trying to trap your spirit. And other masons and elites and the powers that we've been doing this for years, trying to trap y'all spirits, trying to trap y'all spirits. Talking about you trying to go to heaven, but the way they emanate heaven, a lot of times look like the realm they do here. A lot of times they don't even. A lot of times, a lot of painters don't even paint out heaven the way heaven actually depicted in the Bible. And if you look at the Bible, I ain't gonna go through everything in verbatim, but if you look at the actual Bible, because I got a Bible study coming too, when you look at different stories, anything that's actually referencing heaven, a lot of times they be talking like rubies, jewels, gems, gold floors. And when 9 times out of 10, when people be drawing pictures of heaven, man, it be somewhere on earth. They be on Earth. They be trying to. They know what they doing with y'all spirits. They. And I talked to Uriel about this one time on live. He even admitted it a while ago though, a couple months ago. He was like, I appreciate you for bringing that because some of the Masons got you. That's this. He was explaining that when he be saying that the Masons and the elites and government powers that be trying to make y'all and have y'all help it create its world. It's trying to create this same Earth in the 456 dimension, so that when y'all is in, y'all end up just being there. So y'all think y'all going somewhere else, but y'all really end up coming back here, just in a higher version of it. And none of these things are negative and bad, but it's the energy that they're trying to put it towards and the way they're trying to make it for y'all. They're trying to trap y'all spirits to only be around here. That's why you're say even like when you non-corporeal, you still using it because you'll still be floating around here. You don't know it, but you're still floating around here. And in that mental world, y'all helping develop that the same way y'all physically building up now. As above, so below. Y'all physically building stuff now. In that realm, when you close your eyes right now and think of you on Earth, you in McDonald's, right? Think about you walking on Earth. You here on Earth though, and you going to your frequent McDonald's that you the last time you went there, right? You on Earth, right? You your eyes closed, right? You in that realm. You're not in this realm walking around seeing that. You using through third eye. You seeing through that, right? So it exists to some extent. So it's like anytime you emanate an image, you're adding to that. And when you got a large amount of people doing that, this is what they mean by government utilizing y'all energy to direct it to where it wants to. It go deep. It go deep. And people be trying to act like, oh, stuff ain't, this is just surface level. People don't be knowing. People just don't be knowing enough. They don't be knowing what be going on. It's a deep fight. That's why I be saying sometimes even trying to fight for anything earthly in general is already effed up. It's already effed up. Cause that's why even when this to Miss Commissioner, cause he understand, cause me and him watch the same dude. That's like, but we was talking about like when Uriel was like when he was talking about about Earth being the only thing. But that's why if you watching his pages and stuff, he'll admit sometimes that he kind of be not flaunt, but he be saying like kind of like he purposely do certain things. Like he be like, oh, I used to be the good person, but now I said to hell who with humanity. He know he doing it on purpose. And I already had a dream about him coming out and saying about what was actually going on. How he was purposely doing that to get people lost and flunked. See, I've been to see that's one thing about my mind. When I first was younger spiritually, I didn't understand everything. But now that I've truly took the time to add this work, receive and gain knowledge, my mentality, I ain't gonna say indestructible, but I'm at this point now. I have a more solid mind now, and I'm not easily deterred. But I also have a certain amount of clarity, a more amount of spiritual rising to see more stuff. And I'm building more of my own source internally. I'm starting to understand it, at least from a mental point of view. I ain't got the energy part yet down. I'm still working on that with the chi and the chakra system and all. That's the energy. That's the light period. But as far as just the my size and source, I'm understanding a lot eventually. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even trying to get into me per se of myself, but I just want to break that down. But it's a lot. It's a lot going on when you talk. I'm gonna start reading your comments too, because I'm almost an hour in. But it's a lot going on too about these masons and what's actually going on. I'm telling you, it's deep. It's deep because they got a lot of masons that done died, and they didn't. A lot of them didn't necessarily ascend to like no higher version of this realm. They still floating around here, and they ain't doing nothing but helping create this world. And every time they get y'all to think about something and think that this is what heaven look like Earth, this y'all helping create. To them, it's like this is what they mean by New Earth. Y'all helping them create a more heaven looking version of Earth in this realm, but it being their favor though. Still don't really be fully in y'all favor. I mean, there's always perks to everything. In fact, we got access to the internet now. There's different perks, but with perks come negatives too. Everything ain't bad. I ain't say all the masons is bad. I ain't say all the shadows and the behind the scenes and the people that powers that be is bad. They do a lot of negative stuff, but not everything is bad. But I just want y'all to be aware of what's actually going on, and then people are gonna be aware of my channel in the first place. But let me read some of y'all comments. So, but yeah, but that go deep. That's why it's important to have your own imagination. Always tell the shadows. Always tell the shadows, the the Masons, um, the powers that be, the elites, the shadow government. Always tell them at the end of the day, y'all straight. A lot of times y'all dumb. Like y'all look at the spirit like me because my spirit may be more so in the space of um the what's my shit? My moon sign is like Cos Medius, like in the Sagittarius constellation. So my spirit not from the space. So it's not like the constellation is looks exactly how they saying it, but we just saying space. My spirit is from the space as far as from this realm. So my spirit may not be at this realm. They'll look at someone like me like, oh, your mindset and your ways of doing things don't resonate with this world. And I admit, a lot of times it don't. But a lot of times some stuff I can do dabble too. I can utilize this world for stuff too that can help this world. Not adding none of my spiritual concepts to it, not adding none of that to it. Just the art of expanding in general, which I know y'all already doing, but it's like a lot of stuff that y'all can do if y'all expand it will help out too. That I'm not even trying to say, oh, you need to have everybody thinking this way spiritually and have people think have their minds out and everybody add. No, but I'm just saying if you have people, I don't know, I ain't gonna get into that, bro. I ain't gonna get into this shit. Like I give a damn. This y'all shit. I don't care. I ain't gonna sit here and about somebody else shit. This ain't my world. But whatever, bro. I'm gonna read some of these questions. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, you told me that. Thanks. Okay, okay. See a nigga flying like Superman. That dream I had was bad as fuck. Okay, you said yeah, you totally different. Yeah, you right. Totally different looking beings. Yeah, facts. Totally different looking beings. And this is letting you know like these are different because there's many different realms. Think about it like this. Even in this one realm of Earth in general, which there's many different realms of Earth because there's always life inside life and realms within life. Like I say, the grass. Excuse me, the grass to an ant. Believe it or not, excuse me, I'm sorry. The grass to an ant, or the grass to a bug, or a grass to like a little lizard or something small like that, almost in that little spiritual race, will be like the trees to them, like the little small little leaves, bushes and weeds, shrubs, all that stuff like that, and leaves and all that stuff. The grass, that would be like the trees to them. The trees to us would be the actual trees, but that would be like the trees to them. So it's like you can see life play out in many different ways. Um, they exist now. We all may be in the same realm, but the realm, the lens that they see through may be different. You see what I'm saying? But also understanding, I was gonna say I had a point. Oh yeah, I was gonna say yeah. And even in this one room that we all in, that we share as animals and bugs and humans. Think about all these bodies that we can take. We can take many different bodies. As a human, you can take different races. You're still a human though, but you could take different races or ethnicities, which that's on a lighter level. But if you look at animals, there's thousands of different types of animals. From bigger, you take thousands different types of bigger animals, thousands different types of medium-sized animals and smaller animals. Then you think about the actual sea creatures if you in that level of life. So it's like thousands of different realities that you can live. So if a person made it to a human off of just this world alone, they have been here for a minute, eons. But that's just what it's like. That's what it's like when you expand into spirit. But yeah, so that's letting you know already. If you can experience that many levels of lives and bodies you could take just in this one small realm in general, you can only imagine what else is out there in the different levels that you can take. So don't. The one thing about it, don't ever let nobody attack your imagination too. Because when people be saying that, oh, this is the only realm, only think about Earth, only think about Earth, they actually taking a piece of your spiritual strength. Because one of your spiritual strengths is your imagination. You have the ability to imagine for a reason. If that was the case, what's the point of having the ability to imagine? Think about that. Before y'all even go far into it, if everything is only Earth, why would you even have the ability to imagine to be able to see something else with your third eye when you emit an image in your head? That's where motion picture and movies even come from. When they project the image of camera, that's where astral projection and motion picture come from. When you emanate an image, that's your creativity. You start to let that image move or add movement to it. That's motion picture. You don't understand that a projector is emanating the same thing as a pineal gland. It's the same shit. How you think you even get the projectors and all that stuff like that? It's doing the same thing your brain do, or your mind, or your third eye, whatever you want to call it. You see what I'm saying? Although the pineal gland is just a physical representation of it playing out physically, but there's a that manifested from a space, even in from just your soul and metaphysical in general. One of your chakra bodies that's less dense, that's metaphysical, that was there first. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of this soon because we almost an hour in. But you said, Andy, you said fear is absent in that realm. Yeah, I mean, there's always different representations of stuff, but yeah, like as far as the low vibrational version of it though, like the heavy impactfulness, right? Facts. It's like waking up and doing daily stuff. Yup. Facts. It's like you be still here, like when you be in the lower reality of this world, and you be in the heavy current of this earth. You be waking up like everything normal. This is how a lot of ghosts be. This so like when you be having those dreams, you experiencing examples of what it's like to be a ghost, because you still floating around here, living your day-to-day life. Now you still in this body, so you may not have the full awareness or perception like how they may see it, whether it's more subconscious or it's more consciously aware. Period. But um, that's like what it's like. They constantly do doing stuff in their day to day life like they was when they were awake because they was attached to something. What a horrible way to live. I don't ever want to be like that. Facts. It's like waking up and doing yeah, bro. But we in a new wave where a broad spirit can get riches and famous. Now that's true too, but it's levels to it. You're not gonna if you a spirit you can if you a star seed you can emit enough of your own source to actually be in a situation where you emit your own light and gain a following. Yeah, I ain't never see you can't do that. But when you start talking about like Drake level and all that stuff and like big celebrities, you're always gonna be in a situation where even if you do gain enough influence as being a star seed, you're gonna always be hindered to some extent. because you're not from here. So the government is not gonna be pushing you out like that because you're not gonna 9 times 10 if you're not from here, you're not gonna be pushing out what they want you to push out, and they don't F with you like that either because they know you're not here. They know you're not their spiritual family. They don't F with you. You're not their spiritual family. They're not gonna. I guarantee you, they're not gonna push you out. Look at Uriel page. Uriel been doing it since like 8, 10 years ago. He may have 120. He got 124,000 followers, and who really be knowing about him? He don't be getting pushed out like that by the masses. A lot of people don't even know him. You gotta go and find his channel, and then they probably shadow ban him a little bit too. So if you're not from here, you're not gonna be pushed out. You can gain your own following, but that's like even if you're a rapper, you gonna be one of those rappers. If you're a star seed, you're not from here, you gonna be one of those rappers who you might make it doing something, but you're not gonna be pushed out. You're gonna be looked at negatively. They're gonna make it look like you weird or you going against the grain. They're gonna try to shut down your career. They're gonna try to make it look like you weird. And so even if a little bit of the people you still keep getting to have a certain sense of current yourself or source, by mainstream you're gonna be looked at as weird, and they're gonna slowly try to fade your career away. They always do that. So but you can do something. You can build source and become something. But you're not. They're not gonna make you look like you something though. They're gonna try to dim you in a negative light somehow, some way. But yeah, you can still build a source. You can still be cool to the people who support you though. Yeah. But just like waking up, doing this stuff. Yeah, bro. But you already said that. I really never had a nightmare. Imagination is a spirit, man. That wait, hold up, is the Masons from this room? Yeah, of course. I mean, a lot of them are. There's a different type of Masons. There's many different ones that resonate with me in different vibrations and how they feel about how they feel about things. Not all Masons is bad. Some actually resonate more, so they really do want to help people or whatever they think is helpful. But you got some that don't give a damn about you. I ain't even get into this shit, bro. I don't give a damn about them niggas. I'm not here to spill their tea or discriminate against this. But yeah, a lot of them from this room. This they space. Why you think they run it so well? This they space. Why you, if they're not from this realm, why they upholding everything physical all the time? That's just up that. That's it. And now there's different ones in it, sure. They may be from slightly different spaces and stuff like that. But all in all, if you rate Mason that deep, 9 times 10, I don't care if you from a neighboring realm, you used to resonate with this space in some shape or form, somewhere in this system. Um, I be going to the realm of reality of these video games and anime. Yeah, it be like that though. Is that possible? So damn, if I make it, then it's gonna put me in some tower card moment. So damn, if I make it, the motherfuckers is gonna put me in some tower card. Yeah, facts. If you make it 9 out of 10, they gonna put you in the tower card for sure. They put regular people in the tower card. You think they gonna put you in the tower card? Unless you carrying out something that they want you to carry out. And even then, I guarantee you it don't last for so long until you non-useful. They gonna throw you into the tower card again. You know damn well you can't trust no damn Masons. One thing about that man, you know you can't trust them. But anyway, you said is it possible with the different realm realities of these video games? Yeah, it's two things. Sometimes we actually, when we be in that realm, we actually emanate that light from what already was in our light. Because we as a spirit, we emanate the world. But since we able to emanate that world, and other people, since his thoughts and feelings are not ours, a lot of times we share worlds. Because whatever you emanating was usually already creating. A lot of times you just add to it. Um, but here's the thing. Usually you can be so a spirit probably already created that world that you said, like that anime world that you in, aka they did for them to create that anime and video game in the first place, I guess, yeah. But they already created that, and so you floating around in that world that they created. But since you in it as a spirit and you still emanate the light too, because we all emanate our own worlds and imagery and creativity too. You when you floating around these worlds, you add into that world. So you experiencing it, but you also adding into that world too. That's how it play out. Now, if you sit back and you imagine that world and you start adding a whole bunch of stuff to it to the point where it start looking different, that's like you creating your own world. When you do that, come up, like I say, your thoughts are not ours. But when you take a thought and you start to add on to it, that's when you start creating your own thought. Because that creative energy, that creativity energy, you adding on, you putting the paintbrush to that. That's you creating your own world, aka your own way of how you want that to look, your own little world of how you see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you like can make your own. But yeah, that's how that play out. All right, man. I'm kind of like washed out. So I'm gonna get up out here, man. I'm over an hour in, but I'm happy y'all was with me, man. Shout out to Mr. Monsieur. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, man. Y'all stay spiritually protected. Y'all stay spiritually prepared. Y'all stay spiritually inclined. Y'all keep yourself safe and be aware of what's actually going on. and build some currency, man. Build some spiritual currency, because remember, your spiritual currency, your internal currency, your overall currency in general, even physical currency, as far as like your physical body and health and your blood flows and all these things are a form of your actual your energetic currency. You know what I'm saying? All these things are part of your energetic currency. So get all your currencies together. Your energetic currencies need to be like your blood flows, your actual cheese, that's your vitality, your health, that's the green energy, that's the one of your energetic currencies. Because energetic is more so towards the physical, um, and your actual health of your body. Even with like mental, like your thoughts and feelings and imagination, these are form of currencies too. These be spiritual currencies, but they bend in the energetic currencies. Because if you like imagination, that actually blends into your blood flow. And this is why some people have more of certain things in their blood than other people that other people may lack. You see what I'm saying? But hey, I'm gonna get up out of here. I don't know how I got into this. How I started talking about that. I just started darting off and going into that, but I was gonna get off here. I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah, man, y'all stay prepared. Damn, I just started ranting. I mean, I was saying real shit, but I'm a Gemini for real. Yeah, I'm a Gemini stellium. That's what it is. But yeah, man, 65 minutes in, man. Much love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Peace.